guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. If you've never been here before, I'm Allie. Me and my husband Dylan are moving off grid. We are in the process. We're currently living at my parents' house. As we transition into moving off grid, we're renovating a cabin. We have a whole playlist on it. Go check it out if you haven't been here. If you're watching and you've seen our story, thanks for clicking on this video. I really appreciate it. So Dylan and I plan on going back down next week to work on some of the finishing things in the cabin before our solar comes. We're hoping to move in like the first week of December, so it's coming up shortly. But I just wanted to take the time to make a video on off-grid appliances because that is something I knew nothing about and had to research myself, and it took some work. So I just wanted to make a quick video so that's easier for some of you who may be planning to go off grid and don't know what type of appliances you may need or need to look into. Go off grid, usually you're either doing no power or you're doing some sort of solar power, hydropower, wind power combination type of deal. We're going solar. We went with wholesale solar and we had to calculate how much power we're really gonna need so that we could buy the solar panels for our needs on a daily basis, because we'll both be working from home and we still want some of the comforts of living life, like a refrigerator and internet. Those things are important. So to calculate our energy needs, we used Wholesale Solar's website, and they have an electricity calculator to see how many watts you would need in order to run all of your appliances that you plan on having. So I think Wholesale Solar is now called Unbound. So if you look it up, look up Unbound, because I think they changed their name. For us, it was Wholesale Solar. On their calculator, on their website, you just put in the things that you would use on a daily basis. So a refrigerator, light bulbs. How many light bulbs are you gonna have in your house? Your internet router, your modem that's always on, your hot water heater, if you're gonna have a microwave and lamps and a TV and all those different things. You really have to think about what you're going to have and what you're going to use before you move off grid, because you have to buy enough solar power to run those things and run those things on cloudy days, which means you have to have a bigger battery backup. We have our refrigerator. So then I had to do some research on what's the most energy efficient fridge. So to make it simple, if you are planning to go off grid, when you're looking for a fridge, the most energy efficient fridge is a freezer top, no ice maker, no water dispenser, none of that, just your old basic freezer top, refrigerator on the bottom fridge. So we're doing this in the middle of a pandemic during COVID, and very quickly come to find that it's very hard to find a fridge right now, because I don't know if they're all on back order and manufacturing everything, but it took weeks to get a fridge, just a simple fridge. And we actually used Sears, which I would have never thought, but we looked everywhere for a fridge and we ended up going with Sears, and we got the Kenmore. It's 60512. It's an 18 cubic foot refrigerator, just a plain white fridge. And we decided on this one mostly because it's the only one we could find that would be in stock before we were moving in. And we just, for each fridge, I just looked at the energy guide to see which one had the lowest kilowatt hour usage. This one has $3.99, which wasn't as low as I would like, but it's what they had. The fridge was probably one of the easiest things to buy because, plain and simple, I could find that information really easily. Freezer top, basic fridge is what you're looking for. The smaller the fridge, the less energy usage, but also smaller the space you'll have. So that's the fridge we got. We'll see how it works. We're not moved in. I'll probably do an updated video whenever we're moved in and see how everything works. But next up was, what stove do we get, okay? So most stoves are electric. Even if you get a propane stove, the top might be propane, but usually the oven runs off of electricity. Well, we don't want the oven to run off electricity because we want the least amount of energy usage possible, because solar is so expensive. For our stove, we needed a battery ignition propane stove, and there's really only one that I could find, and it's the Hot Point battery ignition stove. And these were all sold out. Every single store, no one had one. They're on back order due to COVID again, and it finally just got in, I think, last week, and I ordered it like months ago. So we got a hot point. You have to have a battery ignition stove. Otherwise, the oven will use electricity and it'll be a big pull on your solar storage. So we have internet, we have our refrigerator, we have our oven. Another thing you might not think a lot about is your hot water heater. Everyone wants to have hot water, especially in the winter. We have a rainwater catchment system and also spring-fed water that we are working on setting up. And I want hot water still, so we had to find a propane tankless hot water heater. Now there's a lot of options out there for hot water heaters, and it was so overwhelming looking up hot water heaters. Like that was my least favorite thing to buy through this whole thing. When it comes to tankless propane hot water heaters, there's either you can buy a really cheap one that's $200, but all the reviews say that it's probably going to break eventually, or you can spend $700 and get one that will work. So I ordered one, and it was not indoor. It was it had to be mounted outdoor, and it was from RONA. I think that's how you pronounce it. And it was $500, and I was just like, let's just do it. Let's get the nice one so we're not buying a million of them, and at least it'll have a warranty and things like that. But then come to find it has to be mounted outside and uses a ton of electricity, keeping the water warm in the winter so it doesn't freeze since it's mounted outside. So we decided to return that hot water heater, and then I had to find another. And then we debated on, do we get a cheap one or do we spend the money and get an expensive one? And eventually I just pushed it off long enough where we decided we'll get the nice one again. So we got the RONA, but this one is an indoor vented propane tankless hot water heater. It was around $700, which was a lot. Like that would cost more than our fridge. It cost more than our stove. It was expensive. And hopefully it works. So this one's vented, so it can be mounted indoors. It's propane. It still does, you have to hook it up to electricity, but it'll be way less usage than if it were outside and had to heat the water in the winter to stop it from freezing in the pipes. One thing we have not purchased yet is a washer and dryer. So we do plan on getting a washer and dryer, and I'm planning on just getting a older, like used stack washer and dryer. Although it might not be the most efficient thing in the world, I think I plan to mostly line dry all of our clothing and just use the dryer in case of emergencies. And if we want to use a dryer, I can always hook it up to our generator. So that's where we stand on laundry, because you have to make some sacrifices when you're moving out into the middle of nowhere with no electricity, and our washer dryer is one of them. So we plan the washer should be fine, work on our solar, and then hopefully line dry majority of the time and have the dryer and generator backup if needed. Some other basic luxuries are a lot of the things in the kitchen. So like a coffee maker or a blender or a mixer and those sort of things. And for now, we're planning to just not use most of those items. So Dylan drinks coffee, but I don't really drink it. And we have a percolator. So if you have seen our cabin reno vlogs, you've probably seen our coffee percolator, and it actually makes really good coffee, and Dylan really likes it. So we plan to use that in the future just on our cooktop stove. We're not going to have a microwave. We'll just use the stove to heat things up if we need to. And then no blender, because blenders take a lot of energy. We have a blender, and the way solar works, if it's a sunny day and our battery bank is full, we'll be able to use the blender no problem, because the sun will fill it right back up. But if we're only going off of battery storage, we'll probably want to use that on more important things like lights rather than making a smoothie. So we'll have our blender. We'll see how that goes. No kitchen mixer. I have an old-fashioned, like an egg beater. We've gone mostly old-fashioned for most things. And then also our TV. So we have a TV, and we plan, maybe we'll watch TV at night, you know. It shouldn't be too bad. Most TVs are around like 100 watts or so. So we'll see. It's if you have enough energy to run your TV, then you can watch it. You have to earn your TV time. And then a lot of people have asked about air conditioning and like heating. And I grew up without air conditioning, and it's just not something that I would expect anyone living off grid to really make a priority. But no, we won't have air conditioning. We'll open the windows and we'll be outside. It gets hot. It does get hot. It gets sweaty, but it's just something that I've always lived with and I've always been used to, so it's not too big of an issue. And then for heat in the winter, we have a wood stove, and we'll just burn wood to keep the house warm. And then we're also probably going to get a little propane heater to keep either in the bathroom or keep in the house, so that if we're gone for a weekend or something like that, we can turn it on so that all the pipes don't freeze in the house, because that would be terrible. So no air conditioning and wood stove. Our solar system is a 4 kilowatt system. It's the Homestead package on wholesale solar or unbound. So they said that this should be plenty for what we need. The thing is, we went with lithium batteries, which were way more expensive, but not over time. They're less expensive, but up front they're a lot more costly. So the thing is, we'll have plenty of solar panels and power, but we won't have enough storage for long periods of time. So once we are living there and save up some money, then we'll probably buy another battery bank so we can have more energy stored in our home. But for now, we just have one lithium 48 volt battery to store our energy. For lights, we just have some LED lights. I think we have a total of 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. We have a total of 10 lights, and then I'll probably have a lamp upstairs and a lamp downstairs. It's only basically a 1-room cabin with a bathroom and a little mudroom on it. So we'll have 10 lights or so. And then a thing I found on Amazon, which was great, were solar string lights, and a link for those is in the description. And those are great for outdoor lighting, and you don't have to worry about it. So solar string lights were really awesome. Other than those things, we'll have like our laptops. We have to charge our phones, camera batteries, and things like those. But I can't think of any other big ticket items that would take up a lot of energy. Those are the things that I had to spend the most time researching, and I hope it was helpful to you, just putting it all in one video here for the fridge and hot water heater and stove and that sort of thing. So if you like this video, please subscribe. That helps my channel so much, and I really hope to make lots and lots and lots more videos in the future. And so if this was helpful at all, give me a like, comment down below if you can think of anything else, or if you have questions on anything, and I'll try to make a video on it. And then hit that subscribe button, because that really helps the girl out. Thanks for watching, and tune back in. I'm going to try to post a video at least once a week. We're heading back down next week, so there should be another reno video shortly. Thanks.